What is up, guys? Zan from the Zan Madden YouTube channel. And as you guys know, in October, they patched Match. And for the most part, it's a pretty good coverage, albeit it comes with some weaknesses. We've talked about the box check against Bunch, but it's a decent spread coverage defense at this point in the year. Although there are some weaknesses, in today's YouTube video is going to show you guys a quick one-play score that you guys can go to in the event that you're facing match coverage quarters. So let's go ahead and get right into the video here. This beater is going to be specifically out of a formation in my offensive playbook, which is called the Y off trips week. This is kind of similar to the Y trips, but the tight end is back off the line of scrimmage. And it is the reason this works, because the safety that is found in match coverage in this will over pursue the cut of the deep crossing over route to our wing tight end. It's a very interesting bust, and it really only occurs one way in the game. So let's go ahead and get right into it. If you guys are looking for a complete offense, you guys can head over to gridirongameplans.gg, where I have my Kansas City Chiefs offensive game plan available for you guys. And this is a coverage beater that you can utilize against quarters. So again, this is when you're facing quarters with match on. Let's go ahead and tell you how this works. Now, it is important that you guys know this is a trips left when the ball is on the right hash. That is the only way this works, okay? This does not work flipped when the ball is on the left hash. This only works with our trips to the left side of the screen, with the tight end crossing to the right side of the screen against your match coverage. So let's go ahead and show you what is supposed to happen. Now, we've talked about this before. You guys can find the entire match coverage game plan as well over on Gridiron. But what we know is that the weak side safety in this inside quarter deep zone, when facing a 3-receiver formation like the one we have here, is responsible for cheating over towards that third receiver, which is Kyle Pitts in this formation. Again, we number outside to inside with this, with DK Metcalf being number 1, Mike Evans being number 2, and Kyle Pitts, even though he is a tight end lined up, he is still considered the third receiver. If you guys are enjoying today's video, make sure that you guys subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell, give the video a like, and maybe even drop a comment down below to help push this video out in the algorithm so it reaches other Madden players just like you looking for tips and tutorial content. So lot is going to play relative to that player. And the rule set is if the route gets vertical off the line, he must match it. Now, this crossing route is a little bit different than other crossing routes. In fact, if I were to kind of show you the stock hot route cross route that's found in a Hot Route Master, a Slot Apprentice, things like that, you see that the shapes of the routes are very different. So this route is a little bit more direct, and it gets downfield quickly. And the way that this particular deep zone will match Kyle Pitts is he gets roasted on that little notch that occurs right before that red route really gets to the hash marks on the right side. So you'll see right here, we snap this ball. He's going to get absolutely cooked. And then this is where we're going to be able to throw this up for a rat catch. Now, Zan, we saw in the opening B-roll, you had a wide open guy. Why is that the case? Well, here is the other rule that a lot of players don't know about match coverage, and that when you have that 3-receiver formation by 1 receiver to the backside, which is Megatron on the backside, the outside quarter plays what is called Meg, or man, everywhere he goes. So what we can do with this is make one simple hot route of putting Calvin Johnson on a smoke, which is going to pull down that outside quarter and give us a lot of green grass to throw to over the deep right. And you see that this is going to be a 1-play touchdown. This is a very, very effective way to make this work. Now, as I mentioned, this is only going to work when you have your trips to the left side and the ball on the right hash. If I were to run this flip the other direction, you would expect a similar response, but it actually does not play that way, as you actually will see that the quarter flat on the backside is going to be responsible for it. Now, that kind of works for us. You know, a lot of times when you're dealing with this, you're going to have somebody that's going to be lurking on the middle linebacker. There still is ample opportunity for our crossing route to beat the quarter flat, but I'm just noticing that the effectiveness of this tip is much better when you run it to the short side of the field and the ball's on the right hash, meaning that this formation would be flipped and the ball would be on the other side. But again, if you absolutely have to, you may notice that it can get open. Right here, the safety actually negotiated it just fine. We had a little bit of a bump by the tight end. You're going to notice that the success rate is far better working to the short side of the field. Now, here's an example if we run our trips to the short side of the field, running the crossing route to the wide side of the field. And you're going to see here that it basically stays played. You can potentially beat the man-to-man coverage, but you don't get that over pursuit that you get when your trips is to the wide side of the field and the route is running to the short side of the field. So I'm going to move this ball back again, just kind of prove that this is something that you're going to only really want to run to the short side of the field, and you're going to go right back to this being wide open. And you see that I can throw that ball over the top pretty easily. Again, you probably don't want the B receiver running a vertical route. You just don't want his man basically dropping down the field and being able to react to the throw. The other benefit of having an underneath route on a smoke or a drag is that if your opponent gets cute and they decide to put that guy in a deep zone, he will no longer play the Meg, and he'll drop into that area, and you'll know that you basically can throw the smoke route wide open in the flat because your crossing route is not going to be open on this play. But that is today's video, guys. A quick quarters one play touchdown. If you guys are looking for the counter to this, call Palms. It's that simple. Call Palms. For real. Call Palms. That's it, though. If you guys want more rules for Palms coverage, it's in my match game plan on Gridiron. Otherwise, we will see you guys right back here later this afternoon with our next YouTube short, or tomorrow with our next long form upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.